Dark Souls is an action RPG being published by Namco Bandai Games America with developer From Software that is the spiritual successor to the 2009 award-winning game called Demon Souls. You're going to see a lot of things that feel familiar, but there's going to be a lot of wrinkles to the Dark Souls game. Today what we showed you guys was the Trapped Castles level, is what we're calling it. Wanted to showcase some of the cool surprises that this game is going to be offering out in the way of the traps that this game has. You saw the arrows that kind of came out of nowhere once you actually triggered it by stepping on an interesting stone. You saw the pendulum of scythes, and you saw these big boulders that kind of surprised you as you tried to make your way throughout the various levels. And of course we saw that very interesting looking treasure chest surprise that was fairly well disguised. One of the things that the developer tried to do with this game is to give a real sense of an open world experience, and that you don't necessarily have to pass certain levels to get to the next level. However, there are certain areas that you won't be able to get to the final level or final area, so to speak, right out of the gate. There is going to be some progression that's going to be required. There is no map in the game per se where it's going to have this real high-level area for you to view. Certainly what the developer wants the gamer to experience with this is to spend a lot of hours going through it and learning and trying out different things. So that's part of the game experience, and that's kind of deliberately why there is no true map, so to speak. You know, the developer wanted to provide monsters that had some really interesting looks and some interesting abilities, and that really goes to how you progress through this game, because not all monsters can be slayed with the same character in the same way. So you know, what character you pick, whether it's a witch or a soldier or a knight or a pyromancer, really is going to determine, you know, what type of weaponry you use and how you get about going through the mini bosses and the main bosses. The beacon fire system is something that is new for Dark Souls, and it's really an area that allows the player to not only recover health, but to actually engage in some of the online play that this game is going to offer in the way of soul. We're calling them soul phantoms and soul messages, things of that nature, but it's really a way for you to connect with other players within the game. It's a place to take a breather, so to speak, but is there a safe haven? Is there a place where you can kind of really take a break in this game? That answer would be no. The whole idea of being able to be kind of a miscreant and kind of throw a fly into the ointment of the game, there is a feature that allows you to morph into an inanimate object and then use the element of surprise to spring onto your fellow players. Well, what I'm looking forward to with this Dark Souls game as a gamer myself is really the opportunity to revisit something that was just so unique, you know, in my experience in playing video games. So for myself, I like that there's a lot of surprises in store for people who are going to get this game. As we said, it is the spiritual successor, not a sequel to Demon Souls. I think what they really tapped into here was this incredible sense of achievement that you get through hours and hours of struggle. Yes, it is extremely hard. It's not an unfair hard, and it's not a stupid hard. If you pay attention to how you're playing and how you're dying, you're going to be able to clue in on some very key learnings that you should be trying to apply as you get through the next portion of the game.